Resource management is the process of planning, acquiring, and managing the resources that are needed to achieve the organization's quality objectives. It is an important aspect of the QMS, as it helps the organization to ensure it has the resources it needs to design, develop, and produce medical devices that meet the required quality standards. Resources include personnel, infrastructure, equipment, work environment, and contamination control. In terms of personnel, there should be a list of all jobs and their descriptions. The list should describe the competence and the responsibilities for each position. This means ensuring staff education, skills, experience, awareness, and motivation are appropriate for any work affecting product quality. It's also a requirement to have documented processes for improving these factors, assessing the effectiveness of any training, and keeping records of the training, like records of attendance, certificates, etc. Regarding infrastructure, the organization should specify requirements for buildings, equipment, workspace, and process equipment used in production, environment control, and monitoring or measurement. This applies to both hardware and software, and includes the determination of the related maintenance activities and their intervals. As regards the environment, there should be clear requirements for the monitoring and controlling of the workspace environment. Humidity, noise, light, temperature, vibration, and other parameters are, in most cases, defined by legislation. The organization should also consider requirements for health, cleanliness, and clothing of the personnel that are in contact with the product. The proper control of contamination is fundamental in life sciences facilities, so we will look at this in more detail. According to ISO 13485, contamination control is important because it is essential for the production of safe and effective medical devices. Contamination can occur at any stage of the production process, from raw material and components handling to finished product packaging. And it can have serious consequences for the performance and safety of the medical device. For example, contamination with bacteria or other microorganisms can lead to infection or other adverse reactions in patients. Similarly, contamination with particles or other foreign matter can affect the performance or reliability of the device. To ensure the safety and effectiveness of medical devices, it is important to control contamination at all stages of the production process. This includes implementing appropriate measures to prevent contamination, such as using clean rooms and other controlled environments, as well as testing and verifying the cleanliness of materials and products. ISO 13485 requires organizations to establish and maintain procedures for the control of contamination, including the identification and evaluation of contamination hazards, the implementation of controls to prevent contamination, and the monitoring and verification of the effectiveness of those controls. Okay, let's finish off Clause 6 and resource management. Key elements of resource management include planning, acquisition, management, and monitoring and review. The organization should identify and plan for the resources it will need to achieve its quality objectives. This includes identifying the personnel, infrastructure, and equipment that are needed, and ensuring that they are available when needed. The organization should also ensure that it acquires the necessary resources in a timely and cost-effective manner. This can involve sourcing personnel, infrastructure, and equipment from external suppliers. Resources should be managed to ensure that they are used efficiently and effectively. This may involve training personnel, maintaining and upgrading infrastructure and equipment, and monitoring resource utilization. Finally, the organization should monitor and review the effectiveness of its resource management processes to ensure that they are meeting the organization's quality objectives. This could involve conducting internal audits or other forms of review. And that's it for this session. Thank you for completing this training. I truly hope you found it useful. That's clauses 5 and 6 of ISO 13485-2016 covered. So hope to see you again soon for the next Scilife Academy training session.